All right, well, welcome to the Military Minute Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Jennings. Thanks for joining us today. Over the past couple of weeks, we've been talking about transition assistance resources and guides and why they are necessary. And one of the things that we had talked about, if you hadn't heard the previous episode, was that we're going into an environment when we talk about the transition from the military to civilian life is not something that you're going to do a whole lot of, and you certainly haven't done before. As a matter of fact, the reason why we're doing this podcast is that you're probably going to make one military to civilian transition in your life, and I've been doing this every single day for people for the last 25 plus years. So the goal in going forward with help in the transition assistance is to have the benefit of making your transition easier with less anxiety and more successful on the back end. And there's a number of resources that are out there to help you. In our last episode, we talked about job boards, basically military-specific job boards versus pure civilian job boards. The only significant difference between the two is that usually your military job board is going to have some places for your military information to go into them. Your civilian job boards are not, but both are going to give you the kinds of things that you can look for in the places that you're wanting to find jobs and with the kinds of companies that you're looking for. So today we're going to talk about job fairs. Over the years, job fairs have gotten a little bit of a bad rap, and they don't really deserve that because job fairs create environments where employers are eager to want to hire people. But the reason why job fairs get a bad rap isn't because of the job fairs, it's because the people going to the job fairs don't do their side. If you want to have success at a job fair and take advantage of employers who have all kinds of opportunities that could be helpful for you, the key to being successful in a job fair is doing a little bit of homework to get to know those companies and the kind of positions that they're trying to fill. Since COVID, I think one of the most incredible opportunities that has ever happened for military veterans is the virtual job fair. Built on the basic technology of FaceTime and online meetings, virtual job fairs has made it so that every military veteran stationed any place in the world right now can actually participate in a job fair that can help them get the employment that they're seeking before they come back from their overseas time. Does that mean that the time may very well be inconvenient for your life while you're overseas? Yes. But up until recently, there was not a realistic way of doing this effectively, because COVID not only forced this type of job fair, it also forced this kind of virtual interview. Prior to COVID, it was very rare that an employer would hire somebody based upon any kind of virtual interview. They always wanted to see somebody in person. Now there are lots of employers that will hire a military veteran off of active duty, having never actually met them person to person in the same room. So this is a great resource. So when you're planning your transition, how should you look at job fairs? Well, on one hand, we've just been talking about the virtual job fair. If you are finding yourself looking for a particular type of company for example, that you've decided you wanted to stay with government-related work, you want to work for the federal government, you want to work for perhaps a government contractor and really have direct experience to your military background, you're going to find that virtual job fairs are going to be extremely effective for you in working with a company that focuses on government opportunities and government contractors. In fact, our corporate gray business unit is actually perfect for that and has a very well-established reputation for those types of opportunities. The other type of opportunity that virtual really works well for is if you're interested in finding the best opportunity for you and have a good bit of flexibility on where you're willing to live and where you're willing to go. Those types of things make virtual an incredible opportunity, and this can allow employers from all over America to be able to have access to you, the military candidate, at the bases where you are stationed. Because ultimately, military veterans come from all over the country and ultimately return to all over the country. But connecting them with employers in different places has been challenging over the years, and these virtual events can really be helpful with that. So those are the two places I would recommend virtual job fairs for you. If your focal point is trying to get to a local area and you want to go to a job fair or participate in a job fair for that, then in that case, we recommend the in-person job fair for a specific area. So for example, if your goal is to locate yourself in Charlotte, North Carolina, and you have the ability to go to Charlotte, North Carolina in person, job fairs in that area can be a very effective way for you to find your next position in the place that you want to be, if location is that primary driver for you and where you want to go. So, how do you have success at these events? Well, we already talked about doing your homework. You need to do your homework on what the companies are looking for. And then the second thing is you have to have done your homework on you. And this is why we will always go back to, first of all, understanding your value systems, what's important to you in the work that you're going to do and the life that you want to live. But when you're going to the job fair, you have to remember, whether it's virtual or in person, that the only reason those employers are there is because they have a need that requires a people solution to solve their personal problem. They're not there to solve your problem. The worst possible thing that you can do as a military veteran walking into one of these events is to say, "Hi, I'm a 52 Bravo and I've got 17 years and I'm an E6, what do you have for me?" That is not going to be the way that you're going to get a job at one of these events. No, you need to tell them about what you are, what you did, and how you believe that you can help an organization, and that's going to set the stage for a conversation that's going to help you get to where you want to go. So for more job fair success, check out my book, On Target, On Time, Precision Guidance for the Military to Civilian Transition, now available on Amazon.com in hardcover or Kindle. Thanks for joining us today. I'm Mike Jennings.
Thanks for joining the Military Minute. Be sure to subscribe on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts so you're notified when a new episode is released. Is there a topic or conversation you want discussed here on the show? Send it to me at scott.cunningham@militaryminute.us.